Hey guys, Paul Simon here. I'd like to talk to you guys again about stick position of your student when they're flying the aircraft. And this has to do with guys that have packed on a few pounds over the years. About 2/3 of the guys that I teach how to fly are doing it because it's what they want to do for a living. They're getting into the helicopter industry. Most of those guys are relatively young and they're typically fairly trim and fit, and this is not usually a problem with them. But about 1/3 of the guys that I teach how to fly are guys that have always wanted to have a helicopter rating, and they finally got enough money in their pocket they could afford to do so. Well, you know, a lot of the guys, after they get 50, 60, have packed on a few pounds over the years, and they can have a pretty decent sized belly that's kind of in the way when you fly the aircraft. So let's go out to the aircraft and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so if you're flying with a student that's got a big belly, you got to really watch stick position here. And I'll show you some videos here in just a minute with a couple guys that are pretty heavy, and when they're flying along and they've got the stick down like this, it is essentially just a matter of it's an inch or two away from their belly. That is not a good idea. It seems to be a big problem if they pick up and they were to come too far forward on the stick quickly, and you need to bring the stick aft quickly, and it's trapped right up against their belly. That may be a big problem. So you got to really be cognizant of their stick position if they got a big belly, right? The best idea is, if you got a student like that, is they need to lose about 30 pounds so you can bring the stick full travel the stick aft. And when you go down your checklist, you know, when the student's running the checklist and they get to the part about the cyclic, if they got the stick up like this and they're moving the cyclic around like that, that doesn't prove anything, all right? If they got the stick down like this, what you need to do is make sure they bring the stick down like this, and you see how far back you can get that stick aft to compensate if they come too quickly forward on the stick, okay? The other thing you want to think about doing is make sure that the pedals are all the way as far back towards the student as you can get them, because if the guy's short and relatively heavy, they'll have a tendency to slump down in the seat like this so they can reach the pedals better, and that makes the situation with their belly limiting the aft movement of the stick even worse. So get those pedals all the way back towards them, get them to sit up straight in the seat, so that you've got plenty of movement, plenty of room to bring the stick aft, and they don't get you in trouble. The other thing you want to really avoid ever doing, and I've seen other people do this, it's not a good idea, is to take this part of the stick off here and fly from this seat instructor over in the seat here with their right hand flying the aircraft like this, with the second part of the stick out of the way. Because now if the student brings the stick down and they're holding it down like that, and you need to bring it back and it's against their belly, you don't have enough of a fulcrum here to pivot that stick up out of the way to get it so their belly's not trapping it. So be very hesitant about taking the left side of the stick off and doing that number where you're flying like this from the left seat, and it's just a bad idea. Okay, so to sum it up, you got to be really cognizant when you got a student that's got a pretty good sized belly, and when they're coming back into land, you want to be sure that stick is pivoted up out of the way and not down trapped against their belly and limiting the aft movement of the stick, again, because that can really cause some difficulties there. So, well, I hope you guys found the video informative, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.